Hey everybody, it's your friend and your guy and your favorite YouTuber, Gardiner, the Linux Gamer. So, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I miss doing the reviews. But the problem is, as I've laid out several times in several different places, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do the old kind of reviews that I used to do on the channel. My reviews used to take about 20 hours to do. That's playing the game, putting together my thoughts, writing the script, recording and editing my video. I mean, it took a long time to make those kind of videos. And really, they didn't perform the way that a video that required 20 hours to produce should perform. So I want to get back to doing gaming content. I really love that. Gaming is my jam, and it's one of my favorite things in the whole world. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to try this new format. Now, I'm kind of loosely basing this on the way Total Biscuit used to do his reviews and the way Jim Sterling does his hot takes. But I do have like my thoughts, a bullet list of my thoughts about the game I'm going to talk about. And so let's just go through this. This is 5 things to love about 2 Point Hospital. Number 5, the music and radio and sound design. It really reminds me of Chatterbox FM from GTA 3 or something, like when, you know, the music itself is very laid back, very chill, very fitting of the game's atmosphere and mood. And the DJs really take me back to a time when I really shouldn't have been playing Grand Theft Auto.
Thanks to my leading role on Sommelier Over the Rainbow, I was invited this past weekend to an exclusive wine tasting at a magnificent mountain chateau. I shall not disclose the name of my host, nor of the other celebrated guests. Suffice to say, it was a pleasure to drink the 400-year-old vintages in their company, and to share an ambulance to the emergency room immediately afterwards.
But it really does. It reminds me of Chatterbox, or maybe some of the weirder, the weird like bumpers between music in on different radio stations on GTA. And but they're more innocent, and they're funny and lighthearted, and just contribute to the overall atmosphere of the game. The sound design as well deserves an honorable mention here, because it's really fabulous. It adds to the atmosphere, to the gameplay, and to the feedback, like when you place an object in a room, or build a wall, or place a door. All of that just feels good. And the ambiance really adds to the overall experience as well. You just hear people kind of chattering, and you hear, you know, the various objects doing their different things. And the sound design definitely deserves to be commended here, because it really does add to the experience. Number 4, the strategy. The strategy in this game is excellent. It's perfectly balanced, in my opinion. I'm a sucker for strategy and for sandbox games. And after all, I mean, there is a reason why 2 Point Hospital was the game I played the most in 2018. It really did hit all the buttons for me. The game has a real depth to it that lets you get lost in managing your hospital, deciding where to place offices, when and where to expand to, which diseases to research, which staff members to train, which emergencies to accept and reject, and which patients get sent home. I mean, there's a micromanaging in this game, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. Like, you always feel like you have enough heads up, and you know what's going on in the simulation. The way your patients are reacting to wait times and all that stuff. It's so good, and it really keeps you informed, and I really love that. The feedback loop. All right, so here's the deal with this. Every time you do something in the game, you can feel its impact in the simulation. You'll notice that people in your hospital are getting unhappy, so you can place an arcade machine because they're bored, and that seems to help. Or there's a ton of people waiting to see their physician, so you add a new GP's office and hire another doctor to relieve the congestion. Or, you know, wait times are getting too long, so you rearrange rooms so that general diagnosis labs are closer to GP's offices in order to optimize traffic. If your patients are hungry, you build a snack machine or a cafeteria. there's so much depth here. There's so many different rooms, and each one does something different and adds to the gameplay. There's also a ton of quality of life upgrades here as well. If you're familiar with Theme Hospital, you can move entire rooms as they are instead of having to deconstruct it, sell everything, and build it somewhere else. Little things like that that just improve the overall experience of playing the game, making it just a little bit more convenient, a little bit more fun, and I really appreciate that. All right, number 2, the sense of progression. So each hospital that you manage can be ranked up several times, each with increasingly harder goals. Obviously, that's the way games work. These goals start out really easy, or depending on what level you're at, they start out pretty simple, but then they soon require you to understand and master the more subtle nuances of the simulation. So as you play, the game will throw new challenges from your employees at you, like no deaths for 90 days, or like, I've never seen a big pile of money before, earn $100,000 in 90 days, something to that effect. Plus, you generally only need to complete the first goal in order to unlock the next batch of hospitals, which is really great, especially if you get bored of a certain layout. You can go back and revisit old hospitals at any time and rank them up to unlock new items and rooms that you didn't have in your other hospitals, which I found really cool. I didn't even realize you could do that until I went back to my original hospital that I built, the very first one, and saw, oh, hey, I can rank up this hospital to like a 3-star rank. And when I did, I unlocked like this, I don't know what it was. It was like a concession stand or something like that. It was really cool. I really dug it. I didn't really get a grasp of progression until I went back to that first hospital. And I was amazed to find how well the game teaches you while you don't even feel like you're being taught anything. You optimize, your room size and the placement of the rooms, and it never felt too difficult. That's the other thing. When you start out in a very simple, relatively spacious area, and as the game progresses, it gives you wildly different sized and shaped hospitals that you need to use efficiently and optimize. That's something that I really appreciate. I definitely have a button in my brain that kind of gameplay presses, but it leaves you confident in your ability to build your hospital, and I think that's just fantastic. And the last thing, and I think this is one of the most important things about this game in particular, is the sense of humor, right? For a game that's all about sickness and death and healing people as well, the game deftly avoids ghoulishness, gallows humor, and it just lets you have fun, and it keeps the game's atmosphere lighthearted and simple and joyful. And I really love that. The illnesses are unique and funny and often require some kind of specialized room or research to be completed in order to treat. The announcements over the intercoms are sometimes like, they take me aback and I end up laughing out loud. I've done that several times on stream. The objects and posters you can place in rooms are charming and cartoonish, and the names of your staff and patients are often unexpected and generally pretty funny. So yeah, that's my take on 2 Points Hospital. I want to know what you think about 2 Points Hospital. Have you played it? Let me know down in the comments or on the forums, forum.heavyelement.io. We have a lot of fun over there, and if you like that kind of stuff, if you like the work that I do, if you like this kind of video, why not head over to Patreon and support the show with a monthly contribution? You can also pick up one of these cool t-shirts that I designed. There's a link down below. But no matter what you do, whether you hit that like button or share this video with your friends, don't forget to subscribe to see more from me, the Linux Gamer. And as always, thanks for watching.